In this module, I'm going to talk to you about what matters most. And that's just something that's really important to keep in mind when you're going out and you're getting ready to buy a house, you're getting ready to sell your house and buy another house. You really need to concentrate on what matters most. It has a huge impact on the whole emotional state and business state of mind that you need to be in when you're doing this. So in regards to what matters most, you've got to know your wants. You understand that you have a dream, but you want clarity on exactly what those wants are so that you can stay focused and make sure that you obtain those. I've got a great questionnaire that you'll end up going through, filling out, because it's important that you write these things down. You can write them down, something powerful about the written word. Snap a picture of it on your phone and you've got it with you all the time. But it's important to know your wants and to write those down. On the other side of that, you also want to understand what your none of these are. When I say none of these, what I'm talking about is you're looking at your current house and living environment, and you're going through and you're saying, I don't like this about it. I don't want this. I don't want this type of neighborhood, maybe. Just different things that you've experienced in the house that you're currently living in. And you want to write down none of these. When you're looking at a new house, it's going to be really important to you that you don't have that stuff. That's negative experiences that you've had. Sometimes those none of these are going to be something that you have no tolerance on. You're not going to make any contingencies or exceptions on that. Where on the wants, it's hard to find the perfect house, so maybe you'll get 90% of them. On the none of these, you're not going to want any of them. Again, it's important. Write them down, snap a picture of it so you always have it with you. Another thing that's really important is having the right people helping you. I call it stacking your team. You want to make sure that when you're going through these transactions, and I say these because you could be selling if you're moving to another house. So you've got one transaction there that you're selling, you've got another transaction what you're buying, and it's really important that you have the right people on your team. So stack your team. You're dealing with a lot of money here. It's really important. Stack your team, make sure that people are working for you and that you've got the best available. It's something you deserve, right? Okay. Don't be pushed or sold on anything. One of the things that people despise, me included, in dealing with a salesperson is they're pushy. They want you to buy this or buy that, whether it's a house or a car or furniture. They want you to buy this because they want to make money on what you're buying. The interest is shift from you to them. And don't accept that. Don't accept that. There's no reason for you to be pushed into anything. With the clients that I help in my coaching, I'm going through offering guidance and taking as much time that's needed, providing as much clarity as I can to them, because this is really important, right? So the last thing that I want anybody to do to my clients is push them. So you want to make sure that you're not being pushed or being sold on anything. Set a budget. It's very important that budgets are set. The sale of the house and buying a new house, you're going to increase that budget and you're going to take this money and put it over here. For people that are buying their first home, you have to set a budget too. And one of the things that we learned from the housing market crash, people were overextending themselves, right? So that's not something you want to do. When you go through the pre-qualification process and pre-approval process, you're going to be able to sit down and really understand this is how much you can afford. This is what a lender will loan you, and this is based on what you're making. This is what you can afford. That number might be higher than what you want to spend, and that's okay. You don't have to spend that amount. They're just telling you this is the borrowing power that you have. So when you look at it that way, hey, I have X amount of borrowing power, but I don't need to use it. I'm more comfortable here. That's going to be based on your budget. Now, little tip when it comes to your budget. Oftentimes, depending on what people had gone through with this Great Recession that we came out of, you might have been younger and watched your parents lose a house. You might have lost one of your homes. So in setting the budget, you'll tend to be a little more conservative. And that's good, that's fine. Oftentimes people going and buying their first house, they want that payment to be real similar to what their rent is. Sometimes that's possible, sometimes it's not. So here's the tip. I want you to think about what $5 a day buys, what you might spend $5 a day on. Starbucks coffee, there's $5. Do you go through McDonald's drive-through and get a soda, a snack in the afternoon? If you're at the grocery store, you're going through the checkout line and you end up picking up a pack of gum and a magazine, things like that. That's what I'm talking about, $5 a day. If you take $5 a day, that's $150 a month. $150 a month, depending on the rate in the area you're in, $150 a month will buy you about $25,000 more house. So rather than have the Starbucks, wouldn't you rather come home to a house that you really, really love? Point being, if you find the house, you want to make an offer on it, but they want $250, then you set your budget at $225. If you really love the house, and the house is worth $250,000, I want you to think about, do I love this house so much that I'm willing to give up Starbucks every day? Or my $5 here, my $5 there. I'm willing to give that up because I would rather have this home. And it's just $5 a day, so it's something good to think about. Okay, I hope that helped. What matters most, keep it in mind, it's important. We'll see you in the next module.